Hi, my name is Ekoo Beck, and I'm the youth leader of Project Inspire to Lead out of Missoula, Montana.
The goal of Project Inspire to Lead was to create the safe school environment that is vital for a successful educational experience. As project leader, I partnered with the local chapter of an international nonprofit, the National Coalition Building Institute, or NCBI. The first thing Project Inspire to Lead covered was my trip to Washington, D.C. to participate in the NCBI's 5-day Leadership for Diversity Institute. The Institute not only gave me the opportunity to visit the Americas Alliance offices in D.C., but it also gave me the skills and confidence needed to boost my leadership for the implementation of Project Inspire to Lead. The next item on the agenda was the Violence Prevention Prejudice Reduction Trainings, participatory workshops that involved all high school freshmen in 3 Missoula high schools, totaling 642 students. The trainings at Big Sky, Hellgate, and Willard High were led by over 89 community members, teachers, and peer trainers. Many of the youth leaders were upperclassmen at the schools they trained. Having youth train youth gave opportunities to both the leaders, who increased their confidence in making an impact, and the trainees, who gained a mentor and a friend in their school. The overall effect was creating a closer school community across class lines. Here are some clips from the high school trainings.
Workshops everywhere. The idea is to learn about, as much as we can, about each other, our identities, many of our hidden identities, things we don't know about each other, in order to reduce the prejudice that exists in our society. And realizing that prejudice is the start of and the root of a lot of the violence that we suffer as a society.
After each workshop, name-optional evaluation forms were handed out to the students. Out of all the high schools, 95% of the training participants believed that the concepts and skills taught in Project Inspire to Lead and NCBI's Violence Prevention and Prejudice Reduction trainings will help them to build safer and more inclusive schools, allowing for an environment where education can flourish.
No, some things that make us feel welcome. Just like treat us equally. I mean, don't go out of your way to treat us more kindly than anybody else that you know, because you feel bad for the race or whatever. Just treat us as equal, and don't be afraid to ask questions about the race. Be like, oh, I see you're a black guy. What is it like being a black guy?
The next piece on the agenda of Project Inspire to Lead was the facilitation of Middle School Respect Club. This year, over 30 students joined the clubs, which were held weekly in each of Missoula's 3 middle schools. The goal of Respect Club was to provide kids with the skills to change a potentially violent situation and the information to understand oppression and the roots of violence in their local and global communities. An example of the Respect Club's search for acceptance was shown through their community outreach project, Diversity Day. Diversity Day is a citywide day, as announced by the mayor, to celebrate and embrace diversity. This year's theme was Who's Your Neighbor, and the production was entirely put on by the Respect Club kids and the Youth Advisory Council of Missoula, Montana. The kids publicized their project on the radio, TV, and through newspapers and flyers. This piece of the Inspire to Lead project captured many community members' hearts as hundreds flocked to the Diversity Day rally. Here is the TV ad the kids made.
I am spontaneous.
I'm unique.
I'm a musician.
I am wild. I'm a bilingualist and an artist. Yo soy artista.
I am theatrical.
I am stylish.
And we are your neighbors!
Join us for Missoula's 2nd Annual Diversity Day, April 16th. A parade celebrating all Missoula's neighbors. Starts at 3 p.m. at the X's. Bring your neighbor.
The Respect Club members were truly devout. Here's some clips on what skills Respect Club taught them and how it changed them.
Well, I think that it's a good way to find out how to stop prejudice or slurs in the school system.
I think it's helped me really know that there is sexism and there is racism out there and how I can try to stop it.
How to handle situations if somebody's making fun of somebody else, how to handle those situations without just not doing anything.
How has Respect Club impacted you as an individual?
I was actually bullied a lot when in 5th and 6th grade, and I started getting bullying a little bit in 7th grade, but with me learning how to stop it I was able to pretty much just stop bullying to me and my friends altogether.
So how has that changed your life?
Now I can help people more.
So, Respect Club had an overall positive effect?
Yes!
Do you think you'll use those skills for the rest of your life?
Yes!
Are you excited to be continuing your Respect Club involvement throughout high school and through the rest of your life? The last level of the Inspire to Lead project involved 16 3rd, 4th, and 5th grade students at Lowell Elementary School in a 4-week after-school program modeled after the Middle School Respect Club. It also included a training of the Lowell community teachers and parents. The goal of the pilot program was to introduce the idea of teachings on oppression and bullying to a younger age group and hopefully enable it to become a year-long program. The project was a success. The Elementary Respect Club curriculum will be fine-tuned based on what was learned during the pilot program and will be offered as a year-long program partnered through the flagship program next fall. By the end of the year, Project Inspire to Lead impacted more than 700 students in the Missoula area and utilized more than 100 young people, educators, and community members in the leadership process. A main challenge Project Inspire to Lead faced was working with the academic schedules and priorities of the different high schools. In the future, the Inspire to Lead leaders will continue to work closely with the school administration to produce the most impactful environments for the trainings. Project Inspire to Lead gained much media attention in both the local and national community. I, Project Leader Iko'tsimiskimaki, Beck, was interviewed on Native Calling, a national radio show, on the topic of my project. I was also interviewed by Montana news station KPAX with a follow-up story featured online. A fellow peer trainer and I were interviewed on the local talk show Viewpoint, and the Diversity Day ads were featured all over town and on the internet.
On behalf of me, NCBI, and the City of Missoula, I would like to thank the America's Promise Alliance and AT&T for your contribution to Project Inspire to Lead. Without you, it wouldn't have been possible. Thanks again.
I am saying thank you. I am saying thank you. Thank you is my practice. I am saying thank you. I am saying thank you.